everybody. We are getting together tonight to talk about one of our favorite topics, I guess, which is the small businesses in Madison. There are so many great options, and we've been doing a lot of discussing, trying to figure out holiday shopping and where we're going to go, and trying to avoid ordering things online and making sure that our focus remains here in the town that we love so much. So we just thought that we would share a couple of the things that we've come up with, and hopefully we get some ideas from one another here as we're talking um, about some of our favorite restaurants, some of our favorite stores, some of our favorite, where are you guys going to go this year? Where are you going to support locally? Where are you going to go, Justin?
Well, one thing I do love is food. I love to eat and I love to share food.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have a restaurant. Otherwise, I'd certainly offer you guys, some gift certificates or something. But a lot of restaurants, I think most restaurants around will be happy to hand out gift certificates for you to share. I think that's a great gift.
Yeah, dinner is a great gift.
Or breakfast.
Absolutely.
Or lunch.
I think breakfast is probably my favorite meal of the day. What do you got for breakfast?
I do love a local restaurant. I'm sure you guys have probably eaten there before. Crema Cafe. Have you guys been there?
Yep.
Right on Monona. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, I love going there. I mean, they have such a great breakfast, and they also have excellent coffee and great smoothies, and they have wonderful breakfast and a wonderful lunch too. And it's super kid friendly too. So if you have families, family friendly. I love it. They have games and toys and stuff like that to play with. I guess I'm not sure if that's the best time right now to be everybody sharing toys, but
right.
They do have that stuff, and I don't know, maybe they put it away at this point in time. But either way you look at it, their food is phenomenal.
They have a lot of really good grab and go pastries. We have stopped there a lot of times just to grab coffee and get pastries because we're always late for everything, and so that's a really good spot to stop in and grab. Their scones are so good, and their muffins, and they have these donut muffins that are delicious.
Here's a secret of mine. If you're running late, all is forgiven if you arrive with pastries and coffee.
That is a good idea.
Crema introduced me to a galette, which is like a savory pastry. Blew my mind. I mean, unbelievable. They have one that has like herbs and eggs in it, and so good.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. That would be a very welcome gift for a lot of people.
So yeah, Crema Cafe all the way. I mean, for any need, except they don't actually serve dinner. But you could certainly take out and eat later if you wanted to have that for dinner.
Yeah,
I do know that right now they are really highlighting their takeout menu. I mean, phenomenally. They have it. Last time I was in there, they had it. It was super safe to eat inside. They only had a few tables in the whole restaurant. They had it sectioned off really, really nicely. So I felt really comfortable going in there. And I was just getting takeout last time I went, and it was really streamlined and was in and out in just a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And had an excellent lunch at home. It was fantastic. So speaking of restaurants and that kind of thing, Justin, do you have a special restaurant you'd like to share with us that you like?
Well, if there's one thing that I could talk about, it's restaurants. This might have to be like a separate endeavor of ours at some point where we just have like a specific podcast just for like our food insights. And ironically, I've had some people like say that we should
suggest that we just create our own food blog.
We'll see. We're fortunate. We've worked in the downtown area for
years.
Almost 20 years for me. Yeah, she's been down there a little bit longer. But we kind of have our running circuit. So I wanted to preface everything that we're saying here with this is no means an end all be all list. This is, there's so many great businesses. We want to like support every single person out there, but some of the ones that are near and dear to our hearts. The Globe restaurant on Henry Street. So just a teeny tiny little restaurant. Um, they do have some outdoor seating still. So weather has been surprisingly conducive for November in Wisconsin. So we've been taking advantage of that. But here's the story that I tell a lot of the time. So it's named the Globe because it's cuisine from all over the world.
Mm.
And one of the first things, I think it was the first thing that I tried there,
The
was
Korean barbecue.
the Korean barbecue.
Yes.
And I kid you not, the first time that I tried it, it was so good. It like brought tears to my eyes, like tears of joy.
I can vouch for this.
I was like, where has this been my whole entire life? So then from that point, it was pretty much just a mission of ours to try every single thing on their restaurant.
And we've accomplished that.
Yeah.
Before everything got shut down, it was actually the last place that we ate inside.
Yeah.
Was the Globe. And
that was our send off.
And it's before we couldn't eat in there anymore. I used to spend so much time talking to people as they would come in and look at the menu, and there's such a variety of things on the menu that I would just, this is just who I am. So we'd be sitting there enjoying our lunch, and I would look up and see that they're confused and they're looking at all the options. And the guys in the kitchen, it's a family run, they're fantastic, but they were so busy trying to keep up with everything that I would just help people and go, here's my favorite, and these are the couple other ones, and there's a few specials that aren't on the menu that I can tell you about. And I would just start and join right in and describe all the different specials and talk about all the different options. Everything is good. I mean, really, we've had it all, and it's hard to choose what to get when we decide to order from the Globe. So
if you have somebody in your life that is a bit of an adventurous eater and you don't necessarily know what to get them for a holiday gift, a gift certificate to the Globe is an unbelievable thing. I mean, they have a very deep menu, and it truly is different things from all over the world. And Asim, the owner, and Susie, the owner, they're just phenomenal. Just unbelievable chefs, and so welcoming to boot. So super shout out to the Globe. Let them know Whitkins Realty sent you, and you'll be welcomed like family. So Justin, what about you? Do you got a lunch spot that you like to go to?
Well, that was an amazing endorsement for the Globe restaurant.
You can tell it has been our favorite for a while. Yeah.
I've heard you talk about it, like, pretty much every time I talk to you guys, you happen to bring it up somehow or another. It seems like, at least. And
everybody should try it. It makes your life better.
I feel like I'm really missing out.
I think you are.
And I've never eaten there. I feel like I have almost just through the experience of hanging out with you guys. But yeah, for real. I mean, it sounds pretty awesome. So yeah, definitely hook people up with a Globe gift certificate. I could be on that list of people who gets one. If you
might be necessary.
You're thinking.
Gonna get you out there to try it.
I think we can make that happen. We have the technology. Yeah.
Yeah, get people hooked. And then we'll keep going back.
We've done it too.
And of course, Crema Cafe is a different story. Breakfast, just really crossing the line between diner and fine dining. I feel like they're really kind of hitting that mark. One of my favorite restaurants by my house, again, Crema Cafe is local, just down the street from me too, on Monona Drive. And another place I love is Stalzi's Deli on Atwood. Now, they have some of the best sandwiches I've ever had in Madison. Just, they're straight up like the real deal sandwiches. And I'm a big, I'll say it again, sandwich guy. Just they do have wonderful food there all around. Their fish fry is also super phenomenal.
Fun backstory that reminds me of when you say you're a sandwich guy. Years and years ago, this is about 20 years ago, Justin and I worked in a deli on State Street. So fun little backstory there. Bialy Brown's, it's no longer in existence, but the home of like the New York deli, a little piece of Madison history. So that spurred my whole love of pastrami. So that's something that I'm always seeking out, is like on this quest. There used to be a place in Door County, the Yum Yum Tree, and it was a candy store and a deli, and they had the world's best pastrami. But second, very, very close, neck and neck, is Stalzy's, and they make the homemade bread. So they might actually edge out the Yum Yum Tree.
And you're the reason we tried it. We've been talking about getting there for a really long time and just hadn't just kept coming back to how much you like it, and meant that we had to get over there. What do you have a go-to sandwich?
That's awesome. That's really cool. Go to, not necessarily. We do order the Rachel quite a bit, honestly. The turkey Rachel, which is a killer sandwich, turkey and Swiss cheese with their slaw and some other awesome bread. And I just love putting slaw on sandwiches too. It's so good, and their slaw is killer. But yeah, and all in all, they also have really fun events there too. Every year they have they didn't do it this year, not on the scale that they would normally have done it, but they always have a great Oktoberfest there, and I'd highly recommend anybody go check that out. It's so fun. You buy drink tickets, and if you're into that, they also have some other drinks too, and then they have a bunch of food, of course, and they have live music all day long, and it's free to enter, and you can hang out and just chill and have a really good time. They usually have some polka music, some great local polka bands play, and then they always have some other local bands as well, kind of mix it in. It's a really good time, and highly recommend that. And just getting out to Stalzy's, because they're awesome, and I know that they have gift certificates, and they also have great bread, and they have a deli too, so you can buy your meats, you can buy your cheeses, you can buy, I said it again, your breads. I'll say it again, their bread, because it's so good.
They're really kind of known for that, for sure.
Yeah, they've undergone, catastrophe, after catastrophe there, and they've recovered, and they had that fire there last year, and they were closed down, and just when they were going to open, that's when COVID hit, and it was just they never got to open their doors, and
they were pivoting before pivoting was even a buzzword.
They were, and what they did, they actually, I don't know how they scaled their bread business, but they scaled their bread business a lot during that time to maintain and really keep their business afloat. And it's just, they're an awesome local business that does a lot for the community too.
Nice.
I really like those guys. They're super, super friendly, great service, and they always have awesome people working there too. Yeah, so let's see, Kelly, now we've been talking about food a lot. Now, is there any beverages like coffee that you would recommend?
I've got one that's both, because it's my go-to spot down on State Street. So for lunch, one of my other favorite spots, and granted, we hit the Globe a lot, but Fair Trade Coffee, the Fair Trade Coffee House. So they'd be on the 400 block of State Street. They have deli sandwiches, they have hot sandwiches, they have breakfast sandwiches there, but they have this, it's called the spring salad, and it's awesome, and it is definitely one of my favorite things. It's a huge salad with walnuts and cranberries and tomatoes and Kalamata olives and avocado, and then they make this curry poppy seed dressing, which is not spicy, but it is just this something special, and then they make a mango vinaigrette in-house for it. But they also have a deal, so I'm always on the lookout for a deal. So you can get a half a sandwich and a half a salad for, I think it's $7.50 or $8. It's a good deal for a really big lunch. So that's one of my go-tos, and I love their sandwiches. If you're looking for a good sandwich downtown, when you happen to be down there.
That's awesome.
But I mean, their coffee's amazing too, but I go there for their food regularly.
Now, a couple things I'm curious about right away. So I'm sure that they're highlighting takeout too, right now.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Really easy grab and go from there.
awesome. And then is that the same place that's been there like forever?
They've been there for a
Or
really long time. Yeah. Yeah, I think they've been there forever. And they have outdoor seating in the front and in the back. They have the cutest little spot that nobody seems to know about in the back that
okay.
has like plants and everything growing. It's really nicely enclosed. So even if you're there with a little one, like there's room for them to run around and not go anywhere. And no one's ever back there. We've eaten
Nice.
back there so many times and just had the entire spot to ourselves. There's maybe 3 little tables back there, but
You got to be careful. We're giving away our
right.
trade secrets here. But yeah, if you're looking for
It's a great little getaway in the middle
Yeah.
of a busy day downtown though of work to go and grab a sandwich and a salad there and a cup of coffee.
Do you guys have a favorite coffee drink at all?
I'm big on the honey latte. It's what I tend to make at home, and it's usually
Really?
what I get just about everywhere. Yeah, Crema does a really good honey latte.
Honey?
Honey. Yep.
Honey latte.
Yep.
Never had it before.
meal.
Miel.
Meow.
Yeah. It's definitely my sweetener of choice in a latte.
Yeah.
It's so
Okay.
good, and you just, I mean, I don't feel like you can really get enough honey. Good vitamin B. Yeah.
No doubt.
That and
Yeah.
maple. Those are usually my 2 favorites. Is either a maple
Okay.
latte or honey latte.
You like the unrefined sugars
I mean,
and stuff?
I'll drink all the other kinds. And at Fair Trade Coffee, they make their own vanilla. It's their vanilla bean
Oh,
syrup.
that's cool.
They make there too,
Nice.
and that's really good too.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, I do love a vanilla latte. I find a lot of times the lattes are just too sweet though, so that might be something I would want to try.
Yeah, have them tone it down a little bit, or the honey might be a good one. They also have really good desserts there, which we try very hard not to get suckered into.
There's a whole case of them that you have to avoid every time that you go in.
Yeah.
You know.
The little
very cool.
pastries with the raspberry and cheese in them is pretty hard for us to pass up.
I'm also, for
Dang.
coffee shops, I'm a really big fan of Cargo Coffee right on East Washington.
That's a good spot too.
You know, I always joked pre-COVID that was my second office. If you were going to meet with me for a quick informal meeting, 9 times out of 10 it was at Cargo Coffee. Fantastic Wi-Fi that always helps out. It is a really surprisingly big space. So, you know, we're still trying to be conscientious of eating indoors, trying to keep that to a minimum, but they have it very sensibly laid out. And most convenient thing for being right on East Washington, they actually have a drive-through. So my go-to there, it's kind of a treat. You know, I've been made the full conversion from cow's milk, no longer doing that. I'm on the oat milk. So, you know, a latte with oat milk, and that's, you know, something I go to there. And usually a muffin. They always have something a little bit different every single day, but, you know,
Some good wraps.
Cargo Coffee, yeah, definitely. Shout out to them.
You've been hitting the Cargo Coffee still. I know, you know, of course we've met there several times, and
It's my second office.
but you kind of just hit the drive-through nowadays.
Yeah, mostly. Trying to still support the businesses that we really love, and that's just something that we are truly passionate about, trying to help out small businesses. And if ever there was a time that they needed it, now is that time. So with the holidays, you know, I think it just kind of makes it easier than ever to be focused in that approach. You kind of have to have a plan. We wanted to talk a little bit about some of our favorite retail places. So having that plan of, you know, who to support. Some of my favorite retail businesses are right in that same downtown corridor. State Street, you know, really been hit hard by a number of things this year. So some of my consistent go-to spots for years have been Jazzman clothing. They always keep me stylish. shameless plug here, this nice shirt that I'm donning today, Jazzman. We find really cool gifts there, simple things that you wouldn't necessarily think of. I'm a big sock aficionado.
There's some
So
really fun socks in there right now.
keeping the sock game on
Nice.
point.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many varieties of socks that you could find there that, there's one for like each individual in your life, right? Like I went in and next thing you know, we're walking out with like 6 different pairs of socks that are all going to be gifts. Some of my other favorite, this is a consistent go-to for me, the soap opera right on the, is that the 300 block of State? They are so incredibly helpful there, and anybody, men and women alike, they have just such a wide variety of things that, luxuries, true simple luxuries like bath bombs and soaps. And, if you have somebody that's not strong on fragrance, they have such a huge natural care section too that they'll really help guide you. If you have challenges with giving gifts, such as someone like myself, always trying to find something for that special someone.
Yeah.
I've
gotten things from the soap opera.
Their guidance is
Their
invaluable.
help is important.
Yeah.
Yep. I would have to agree with that. Another good spot for if you're shopping downtown for bath bombs and things, it's actually community pharmacy has a huge variety.
Sure. Right.
Bath salts and bath bombs and all sorts of really great. I mean, everybody needs more soap in their lives in this COVID season, so they have so many kinds of awesome locally made soaps and things in there, which, funny enough, I've been giving the kids soap, like just bars of soap as a gift for years, and they love it. Like that smell that they like so much. I'll wrap up a little almond bar of soap for he was probably 12 or 13 when I started giving it to him, and he's always so excited every time he opens it.
I do love that too. I mean, all those places you guys mentioned are also on my all-time favorites too. I mean, I could walk into Jazzman and it's like I get lost in there a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you just start looking at the racks and everything's so cool.
Yeah.
Same thing. Paul, the owner, he's just so welcoming and so helpful. I mean, I don't necessarily, I'm not a dresser, it's hard to like, I think you reach a certain age and it's like, what the heck do I actually need to like wear these days, and I like to stay somewhat in current, fashion. So Paul will take you by the hand and like help guide you through. So that's for me, those little small businesses that go out of the way and just really excel at that. That's all the difference in the world to me. So
and jazz band and soap opera also. So, I've been hitting soap opera, with my mom, like when I was little, and that was some time ago. And I can just, the scent in there has never changed, in the past 35 years. It's like the same smell and it's just intoxicating. I can even smell it just sitting here. It's just like, it's almost, it's a memory that I'll never forget. Going there, going across the street to Jazzman, just those shops really, and they both have been there for so long.
Icons.
Yeah, it's incredible. Stock is right there too.
Yep.
And they're a cool shop too. It's a lot different, but it's just that whole community, that downtown community.
It's a good spot to look for ugly stuff.
It's Stock. Yeah, it's just such a historical area. Those businesses have thrived there for so long, and yeah, it's so important to keep those places going and give them their business. That's awesome. You mentioned those places.
Do you have a
Community pharmacy
go-to retail spot that you hit up?
Well, I mean, I loved all the places you guys talked about. I was just thinking, for a local business, there's a shop on on East Johnson that I love called Spruce Tree Music,
Mm,
and it's if you love, well, guitars primarily, and acoustic instruments, violins, any acoustic instrument. They have harps. I'm sure you guys have walked past there
Oh,
hundreds of
yeah,
times.
we've been
They have
in.
all those beautiful harps in the window, big, giant, beautiful harps. And inside the store is just that has one of those smells too. And that place has been there forever. I don't know what it is about smells in me, but you walk in, it's a memory, right? You walk in, you're like, there it is again. It's like
Right.
their whole store smells like beautiful aged wood. It's
yeah.
just intoxicating. And they are extremely helpful there too. They carry some of the most special instruments you could ever imagine. They do have instruments for beginners if you're just starting out, if you're looking for a wonderful instrument for a little one or for a grown up who wants to start taking lessons or
Yeah.
something like that. And they also have not only do they have instruments, but they have tons of supplies as well. So they're a shoe in for me as far as a local business that caters to one of my greatest passions of music and playing. And they have just helped me through the years, and really love those guys. Will, the owner, is just a wealth of information.
Yeah.
He's a real he's a real guru when it comes to instruments and woods and all that kind of thing. He teaches at the UW, I think, a class, like a continuing education type of class,
Wow.
on instrument repair, things like that, and lutherie.
Mm.
And sure, that'd be interesting too. But yeah, highly recommend them for that kind of stuff.
Well, that's
Um,
so helpful because, a lot of times you're buying some sort of an instrument or trying to get some kind of guidance on something, and you're buying it for somebody who that's their passion, but it's not necessarily yours. So to have somebody that you can trust to help you make the right decision and get the right pieces, and that's really awesome. Yeah.
no doubt, yeah. I mean, there's no going wrong in that store, pretty much. I mean,
That's what I was gonna say with like
yeah,
a little more of the entry level things. The first guitar that I ever got came from Spruce Tree, and it was a brand I'd never ever heard of, an Aria. And pound for pound, that thing punches so above its pay grade. I mean, the tone of this guitar that was very much an entry level guitar is just beautiful, beautiful. You'd think it cost, 5 times what it did. So if you're intimidated by, because it can be a challenge to navigate like a music store sometimes. I think it's very, very welcoming there as well, and they will, help guide you, even if it's something, just really small, like a harmonica or something. You're going to
oh,
walk
for
away
sure.
with really, really good quality and make some memories, for people.
Yeah, they're really cool. They also, I know they support some local businesses too that make some specialty items. One thing that I know that they make that's really cool is our well, they're called slides. So a slide guitar is like a certain type of guitar you can play. Where you put a piece of glass. They used to use broken like bottles and use those on their strings or whatever, but bottlenecks rather. And now they have some really cool ones that are made from blown glass, and I thought they're just beautiful. They're like works of art in themselves. You
Wow.
Yeah.
know, blown glass guitar slides, just super cool stuff. So even if you were to go in there just to look around, you'd be amazed if you're into the music, playing music at all. You would just love that store. Right now, I think they have limited hours and availability, but it's still worth hitting them up.
Yeah.
They need your support, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
How about you?
definitely. I mean,
The favorite retail store?
I'd been thinking of a couple others, but I gotta say, Justin mentioning Spruce Tree reminds me that just on the very next corner is Birdie's Rock Shop.
Mm.
And I mean, I know we've all been there a bunch of times, and that's been a phenomenal spot to find just a special gift. And certainly my sister-in-laws, that's been a really good spot to take a look at things for them. I know I've gotten quite a few gifts from them. Um, and for our daughter to look around, that's been that one's usually always a winner. And it, even if nothing else, that's just so fun to look around that store, and you can just get so many ideas. I'm a sucker for a rock. So
No, right.
like, there's just they're all so cool, and there's little information, and the people there again are so knowledgeable and so helpful, and yeah, that one's really fun to look around.
Yeah, I bought countless gifts there as well, and also spent many hours looking for gifts because there's so much cool stuff in there.
Yeah, that and
And
Art Deco, a lot of the same type of things where you can find really cool pendants or really unique jewelry with beautiful different stones and information about the stones and everything. That's a really fun spot to take a look around too.
on State Street, right? That place, Art Deco.
Actually, they left State Street, so
Oh, okay.
they're on
Monroe
Monroe
Street.
Street
Oh,
now,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
which is their bigger store.
All right.
And so they definitely have a lot more over there, but they did leave State a little while ago.
I used to go to their State Street location too, and again, just a great gift shop. You know, besides just being an amazing store in general, you know, if you're just looking for a sweet gift, I've always been able to find something there.
I'm big on Little Luxuries too, which is on the 200 block. So it's right at the end of the 200 block of State Street. And I always go there just to find like stocking stuffers and things. They have so many little things. I've got a boy and a girl. And even when the kids were little, they have a section in the back that's just unique toys and unique books and a lot of fun educational things or cool puzzles, or they always had something neat for the kids back there. But I've continued to go as they've grown because there's so many other things. They'll get a couple of different locally made or things where when you buy them, it ends up being a good donation, or hair clips, or they have a whole little fun tech like wall with gift ideas, and that's a really good one. Just even when I don't know what I'm looking for, they've got a lot of good ideas that I walk around and go, oh yeah, that'd be perfect. I could get that and I could get this. And I love walking around that store.
What I usually find there is the stationery. So I tend to give out lots of cards over the course of any calendar year, something that I enjoy, like to check in with people periodically and send them a little note. Something I kind of got from my mom. And so it's almost always a surefire place that I can go and find something that I know is going to be perfect for her. So gift cards and stationery and those types of things that are becoming a little more of a challenge to find. That is,
where to find something unique.
Yeah,
where
very
it all
unique.
becomes very much the same, because usually if we can't find just what we need there, we'll walk up a block, same side of the street, but we'll go to Driftless. And Driftless is the same thing. They have a lot of fun, quirky things. They have a huge variety of cards in there, and usually a couple little Madison things, and that's a really fun place to stop into too.
You could just spend a day on State Street. I mean, just popping into the different stores, and you could easily take care of everyone on your shopping list this holiday season with one lap up and down State Street.
I've done it.
So
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the place to go.
Awesome.
For sure.
Another one that when we were talking about crema, it made me think of, our son has gotten so avid into mountain biking this year. So if you have a bicycle enthusiast, I can't speak highly enough of Slow Roll Cycles on Monroe Street. Again, Dan, the owner, just so welcoming.
So unbelievably helpful.
We came from a place, we didn't really know much about it. And when our son gets into something, he spends like countless hours researching it. So he's like an expert in a matter of like weeks. So we had to get this right. And, Dan was just fantastic about working with us with our budget. And same thing. I mean, they have such a wide selection, anything bicycle related. they'll work with you and bring it into the shop if it's something that they don't have on
Kids
hand.
bike, used bike,
Yeah.
and they fix up bikes. They do a ton of repair work. He's got
Yeah.
a really cool shop. And before COVID,
Nice.
they were starting to do some bike repair classes
Okay.
to help get people going on some of, and especially with the mountain bikes, there's some more detailed things in there. But
Yeah, for sure.
there's a lot of great, I mean, even just when it comes to the pedals and the locks and all the little accessories that people want, they've got a ton of cool stuff. The helmets, biking shoes. That it's a really fun store to walk around to for anybody that's into biking.
That's awesome. I love biking too. I also know some people who are biking enthusiasts, so I'll make sure to recommend that store. That's so cool. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Yeah, I walked past there just, and I'm peeking in the window. It looks really cool, but it looks like a store that personally I would probably get lost in, just like looking at things and dreaming about all
Right.
the cool bikes and accessories. But yeah, that's super cool. And I guess one more thing that I wanted to talk about, that there's a store that I love that I wanted to bring up. Uh, Pet store. I know we both
Yeah.
have dogs, so one of my favorite pet stores is Bad Dog Frida. You
Yeah.
guys been there much?
Yep. They
Yeah.
have so much fun stuff.
Also like Nutsy Mutts and Crazy Cats. That's another great one to go check out. Or Mad Cat. We're pretty
Mad
fortunate.
Cat.
in
Yeah,
that.
Mad Cat moved, right? I haven't been to their new location yet,
I
unfortunately.
haven't been into the new one
Yeah.
yet. Just
But we got to check it out because it's awesome. I don't have cats. I know they have dog stuff too.
yeah.
So for whatever reason, Bad Dog just like stands up to me more.
And that just everything about that store is really fun. There's the cool collars, I mean, there's so much cool stuff that you can get for your dog, which is really fun. But so many toys, and again, they're super knowledgeable and feel like you can really trust what you're getting there. I mean, they think a lot about what they can fit into their store because they only have so much space, and they use it really well.
They are extremely friendly, outgoing, and helpful people too. I mean,
Yeah.
just always a good experience working with those guys, and they are always helping to try to figure out if there's anything they can do to help your pet. They're always asking about my dog Charlie, and how he's doing, and trying to learn
That's
if he has something going on, if he's itchy, or well, what is it, trying to recommend different products that might work. It's really really cool, and it's just one of those kind of homey feeling stores for me, I guess.
yeah. It's nice to have people that care about your pet too, that want to help you get all the right stuff and will take the time. Yeah. For us, the Bad Dog Frida is really the place to go for the dog things, but the Nutsy Mutts and Crazy Cats, oddly enough, that's where I've gotten our chicken food a bunch of times.
Really?
Yeah, that was that's how I first found them. Is they had all the starter chicken feed that I needed years ago. So
Uh-oh.
they're one of the places in town where you can get good organic chicken food.
Where is Nutsy Mutts?
The one that I've gone to is over on the west side on Midvale, right by actually, and we were talking about this off screen earlier, but they're right next to a chocolate shop.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a chocolate shop right in there, which is really hard to resist. But
I know yeah, I think is that a
it's on
Midtown, Midvale,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right by the Sequoia Branch Library there too.
Sure, yep. I've been to that location before. I try to hit up all the chocolate shops in the Madison area, and
Do the tour to chocolate shop.
Have you been into the new one over by your house?
Well, we didn't get to go in there because of COVID, but I don't know if did you hear what they did over the summer? They set up a pop-up in the back.
We
trailer
took her there for her birthday.
Your dog?
Because they have dog
Harper. Yeah, right.
We took Harper over there for her birthday, and they gave her a little. It's like a mini pre-frozen dog.
It's 2 dog biscuits, with ice cream sandwich. Yeah. She
Yum.
absolutely destroyed this thing.
$1 and so much fun, and their cart in the back is really cool. But I've seen
really nice
the remodel now that it's all illuminated and lit up, and their windows look beautiful, and I'm excited to be able to go in there.
Me too. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. Just right off the bike path, so we ride our bikes over there all the time.
Yeah.
Right on on Atwood Avenue. But if you take the bike path, it's so simple that back entrance
Yeah.
there, and
Well,
you
the
know
cute
it's right
little
next.
outdoor seating area, even
Yeah,
if you're
exactly.
all summer long, that's a great spot.
I love that place.
So the biggest takeaway that I'm getting out of our whole conversation here is really so many of these small businesses contribute so much to our community and create that true sense of community, and they're really inclusive. When you support a small business, you're supporting the music lessons for the daughter, the karate lessons for the son, the people that donate to give uniforms to youth sports or donate to local charities and things like that. So it really, really, truly keeps the money in our community. We could do this forever. And there's a couple that I want to just give real quick shout outs to here that we didn't hit. Taiwan Little Eats. Again, if you're an adventurous eater, check that place out.
Downtown. Oh.
Fine dining, The Merchant. If you enjoy a craft cocktail, that's something that I really enjoy. It's a treat, here and there sparingly. But I've never been able to like make perfect a craft cocktail. So when I can go somewhere and have the masters do it, that's super awesome for me, something I really enjoy. Along those lines, huge shout out to, if you have somebody that is a connoisseur of fine spirits, Madison's own, the home of the birthplace of Somel, and the grandfather of Somel is DeMello's. So DeMello's is a honey spirit, which it's not sweet. So if you have somebody that enjoys like fine whiskeys or tequila, get them a bottle of DeMello's. It's made at Yahara Bay Distillery. Get it right here locally. I guarantee it'll be a conversation starter and something that they really, truly enjoy.
Okay, craft cocktails though, also Sweet Home Wisconsin, which that's one that, again, Justin turned us on to, but they've got outdoor seating, which is adorable, out and back, nice and private off of Regent Street. And they've got heaters back there that kick out the heat. Those things are awesome that you can sit back there.
Awesome
really
propane.
Good food, but
Nice.
and I didn't try one of their drinks, but they have an amazing bartender there
At Manhattan.
that can really mix the drinks. And we chatted with the owner there too, and he just spoke the world of his bartender. So that was
Awesome.
That one's a really good spot too. So thank you again.
Good call. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for giving them the shout out too. That's super cool.
So now more than ever, small businesses need your help. And this is just truly something that we're passionate about. And we wanted to take the time right before the holidays. Hopefully this has spurred some conversation in your house, and hopefully maybe we gave you some gift ideas, some things that you can take away. And now more than ever, now is the time. These small businesses need our help. If you want to be able to, in the spring, walk down that posh neighborhood and get the fancy coffee and be surrounded by, just the chic, hip undertones that really, truly make up the flavor of our city, now is the time to support those local small businesses. So we really support them and encourage you to do the same. Thanks so much for taking the time with us today to tune in and go through some of the local small businesses, and hope to see you out there supporting them. Thanks.
Thanks.